Hey guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here, and I guess I should talk to you about some things. I'm doing okay, by the way, for those of you who have seen the latest vlog where I talk about the fact that I broke up with my fiancé and such. I'm doing okay. I'm moving forwards and she's moving forwards in different areas and in different respects, but I feel like there's some change that is going to happen and that needs to happen in my life right now. And part of that has to do with Kijor Season 3. Now, usually before any sort of vlog like this, I often lay awake a few nights just thinking like, how do I formulate myself? What should I say? What should I do? Should I do it in the first place? But it comes back to the same thing. It's incredibly embarrassing what I'm about to say. Because I mean, when was the last episode of Kijor Season 3? In November? 4 months ago? The thing about the series is that I started planning that out and I started making it when I was on I was pretty high up. I had a lot of motivation and I had a lot of inspiration. I was like, yeah, make stuff, overhype it, promises, all of that stuff. And then the actual making of it begins. Like, I was naive. I thought, I can do one of those in a week. It's like, no, it takes at least 3 weeks. And I don't mind working hard on videos because it often shows. Like my retro replay videos, I made 3 so far. It's so much fun to do. It's so much fun to write a script, come up with some jokes, have some segments, get some props. And then spend a lot of time editing it to make it seem fluent and everything. I like that stuff. I don't mind it. But I think there's a limit. And I think that in my pursuit to always one-up myself, somewhere along the way, having fun got lost. I don't know where. Fun? I can't find them. So if you remember Kijor Season 1, it was essentially me doing a normal playthrough with some roleplay rules. Like I would maybe do like some sort of cinematic intro, outro, and then that would slowly go over to more and more custom objectives and more machinima. And it was a fun little area to explore, and a lot of people reacted very well to it. A lot of people really liked that, and I enjoyed it myself because it was reminiscent of what I did in my childhood, where I would make up my own adventures and just go with it. And Skyrim was a relatively new game, at least for Season 1 and the start of Season 2. Season 2 took like 2 years to finish. So then there was a pause and I ended Season 2. But the signs were already there. It was taking longer to make episodes towards the end of Season 2. I was demotivated. It would take me months to make one. But when it finally finished, I was satisfied. I was like, okay, we're done with this. Let's move on now to Elder Scrolls Online. But then later that urge came back when I got better at making machinimas and we got to the Frostbite Chronicles, which again ended rather abruptly because towards the end of the process, I once again ran out of patience or fuel or inspiration or whatever, and it was just like a chore to make, and I wasn't able to really drag it on anymore because I just needed to get it to a close. And you would think that I would have learned from that I would have actually thought, maybe big projects like these aren't a good idea, or if you're going to do them in lesser capacity, like maybe make like a little machinima here and there. Like a lot of people are interested about Phantom Fish's origin story and or like what happened with his sister and why he got so pissed off at Kijor during Season 2. And maybe I would have been better off making shorter things like that without any sort of set schedule for it. But I was like, we're gonna do a whole new season and everything's gonna be good. And then I fucked up even more and I started getting people involved with it. It wasn't just me and my microphone. It was like, I want voice actors and I want merchandise and I want all of this stuff. It's so amazing. And then I was right back to where I'd been in Season 2, right back to where I've been in Frostbite Chronicles. I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is taking me weeks of work to make. I'm not having fun doing it, and I know that in the time span it takes me to make one of these episodes, I could make around 20 normal Let's Play videos, and I know that a lot of people really enjoy those, and just a handful of those would get the same amount of views even. So also, I guess it's natural, but I got a lot of feedback that a lot of the magic was gone from the series, and I can see why. Like, it was Kujor Season 1 and like some of Season 2, it was sort of, there was something magical. It was like in the moment. It's very nostalgia heavy for us who was a part of it, and I just try to constantly one-up myself, but I think I also lost something that was really important along the way. So what I'm essentially trying to say is that there's not gonna be any more Kujor Season 3. Now, that's not to say I won't ever... I might still do some machinima from time to time, and I mean, Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be fun, but I really need to learn not to make big promises. Now, part of me is like, well, people shouldn't complain, it's free entertainment, but then the other part of me is like, yeah, but why the fuck do you make promises, and why are you hyping people up for something you cannot keep? You're such a fucking moron, and it's so fucking embarrassing to be like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and people are like, yeah, let's do this thing, then I'm like, never mind. Especially when I got people on board, like the talented voice actor cast, the voice actor for Alice and Eleanor and Valerie and what's the old mage? Oh, the leader of the Reawakened. What is your name? It's not coming to me. See, it's been so long, I can't even remember the names of the characters in the videos, but all of my good friends, like Bretman and Ida DJ and everybody who lent their voices, and Eve as well. I know I'm letting everybody down, but I'm not going to be able to continue the series. I don't have the inspiration or motivation, and if I was to continue it, I would do it because I had to. Because I felt forced to, or like compelled to. Like, it wouldn't be for the right reasons. And I know a lot of you are here on the channel just waiting around for the next Kujor Season 3, and that you'll probably unsubscribe, but some people feel bad when they have to unsubscribe to somebody, but I sort of see it as part of the YouTube's life cycle. Like, I'm subscribed to a lot of people myself, and if they are done with a series that I really liked and they're doing something new that doesn't interest me, I'll probably unsubscribe. I might check back in later in a few months and see what they're doing now and see if it interests me again, but you shouldn't feel bad for it. I mean, you gotta make your choices, you gotta choose who to watch, and my content's definitely been changing a bit over the years, and I feel that I like challenging myself with more difficult to make content than just regular Let's Plays, like let's say the Retro Replay, but that's different, because the Retro Replay I could make in a couple of days, and it's like it's a much more fun process than making Kujor Season 3. So, I guess to round it up, I would just like to apologize. I'm gonna send some emails out after this apologizing to the people that I got involved with this for such a sloppy and just poorly executed, like, thing. Like, one of my voice actors, the girl who voices Alice and Eleanor, she even said that she was a bit hesitant about things like these because often the projects would just sort of come to a close unceremoniously. And I was like, nah, that won't happen here. That's so fucking embarrassing. But yeah, there's gonna be some changes in my life. I mean, I recently broke up with Eve. I'm gonna be moving, maybe within a month. And I felt that, okay, there's so much change, there's so much going on. I want to really start making something of myself once I moved and once all of this change settles, and I want to try and make it into something positive, but I can't have Kujor Season 3 looming over me. I'm going to take it to heart though, because I mean, even Eve could see it back in the day. She was like, Carl, are you sure you want to start this whole thing? I don't know if it's such a good idea. I was like, it'll be fine. You were right, Eve. You were right all along. I won't promise anything again. Like, I've gotten better at not promising things. Like, when I started up Morrowind, I was unsure if I was gonna like the game, so I was just like, hey, I'm gonna do 5 episodes of this, and if I don't like it, I won't play it anymore. And whenever people ask, you're gonna play this game in the future? Unless it's something like The Elder Scrolls 6, which I can definitely say yes, then it's always like, maybe, we'll see. I shouldn't make promises anymore, because I'm not at any capacity, and I should not have a set schedule either. Yeah. Kajor Season 3, big flop. All the fault is on me. It's embarrassing, and I know that people are gonna be either upset or leave because of it, but that's just a part of the YouTube life cycle. I wasn't having fun with it, and I should have had some more foresight before starting a big project like that. So I'm hoping to see most of you around in my next video. This upcoming move is gonna be interesting. I'm moving downtown to live with my dad because he's getting a new place, and he was like, yo, Carl, you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, I could use a change of scenery because it would just be me and dad, and I would have more time to record because there'd be less teenage girls running around the house, and that's always a plus. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a total fucking idiot, but that's... You live and you learn. And now I think I've learned to not make promises or... like... what's it called? Like... gape over more than you can swallow or chew over... I don't know the expression, but... in English, but... nope. Know your limits, Dark. And know that... you're not... when you have an idea in your head, it's like, I'm sure a lot of you have experienced the same thing. You're like, oh, I want to do this. Especially those of you who've tried to make Let's Play channels but fail, because I get a lot of messages from people like, I want to start a Let's Play channel. They're so hyped about it. They do it for a week or two and then it's gone. It's a natural part, but don't make promises. Let's learn together here. Let's not make promises about things that aren't sure. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm really not sure how this video will be received, but I'm hoping that... I don't know. I don't deserve it to go well, really. Well, I'll talk to you in the future. I am excited about the future, even though the change going on right now is a bit... you know, change is scary, but I think change can also be very good. So... we'll see if this is a positive change or not, but I just feel like I shouldn't keep people waiting around for this thing that may or may not happen, and just sort of confirm it and get it done with and leave it in the past as an example of do not do this, you idiot. Have a still good day. Take care and stay awesome. But most important, everybody, one hand Darklink, I guess. Goodbye. Oh, shit!